Over 4 years after launching a lateral entry scheme to induct private sector professionals in government departments, and almost a year after hiring 31 such experts for different departments and ministries, the government is now going to implement something similar in the field of education. The University Grants Commission recently approved draft guidelines under which professionals like civil servants, engineers, military personnel, lawyers, artists, and media persons with 15 years of experience might soon be able to teach at universities and colleges without a PhD or clearing the NET. These professors of practice will also design their own curriculum and collaborate with industry for project work and securing internships. The guidelines also said that these industry experts would be exempt from the condition of publishing a research paper, which is otherwise crucial for faculty recruitment at such institutions. The hiring of a professor of practice will not fill any of the sanctioned posts of the institutions. Thus, the scheme will not affect the number of sanctioned posts or the recruitment of regular faculty members. The UGC has approved the scheme and is now seeking feedback on the draft guidelines. While distinguished experts from various fields will be welcome as candidates, the professor of practice position will not be open to those in the teaching profession, either serving or retired. Under the guidelines, these professors of practice will be engaged for a fixed term. Their maximum tenure will be 3 years, with a conditional 1-year extension. Also, the number of such professors will not exceed 10% of the institution's sanctioned posts. One of the key objectives of the guidelines, which are likely to be notified in September, is to ensure that what is being taught at these institutions meets the needs of the industry. Another is to give higher education institutions the opportunity to work on joint research and consultancy projects with these industry experts. The guidelines indicate a shift towards training and skilling relevant to industry. The engineering and information technology industries, in particular, might benefit from such a move in the long term. According to a 2019 NASSCOM survey, India produces 15 lakh engineering graduates every year. However, only 2.5 lakh of them succeed in getting jobs in the core engineering industry. Another survey by Aspiring Minds found that 80% of Indian engineers were unemployed in 2019. The lack of industry-ready skills and work readiness among newly minted engineers is the problem. In the past, a mismatch has also emerged between the skills that the industry needs, such as AI, machine learning, and data engineering, and what is being taught, leading to a supply-demand gap in talent.
Because it's the industrial experts who are going to get into the teaching and they would be the one who will be handling the students, will help them prepare mentally, align themselves and their expectation so that their learning curve shortens and they settle down at the workplace faster, which would be much appreciated by any employer today. But the two things that needs to be really be mindful of, that sharing of your hands-on experience is not that the student is gaining a hands-on experience. So it should not, the programs should not be compromised. There should still be emphasis on the work-based learning programs or work-based curriculums. One more thing that one has to be really careful is that it's not necessary that an industry expert is going to be a good teacher. So there has to be a lot of emphasis on ensuring that the industry experts gain those skills or acquire those teaching skills, the training skills, so they do justice to their role.
A number of American and British universities and colleges also employ professors of practice. Take, for example, the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. To bring real-world lessons and professional experience to its students, MIT started appointing professors of the practice and associate professors of the practice starting in 1997. Other top institutions such as Harvard, Yale, Princeton, and Columbia have rosters of leading practitioners, many of whom teach on a part-time basis. IITs and IIMs also employ professors of practice. For example, the Indian Institute of Management, Bangalore, says that in order to be considered for the associate or full professor of practice roles, the candidate must have more than 10 years of experience in industry or government in senior positions. While the candidates must preferably hold a PhD, it is not an essential criterion. However, a lack of PhD must be offset by domain knowledge obtained in the field. In fact, the qualifications set out for professors of practice in the UGC guidelines are very similar to those required by some IITs for the same role. However, a section of educators in India has reservations about the policy. The Delhi Teachers Association has opposed the Professor of Practice scheme, saying that it will dilute the quality of higher education.
This is not a very new idea. There is always a provision that you can appoint people uh, who are eminent in their own areas of expertise as professors, and they don't need to have PhD. What is new is that the UGC says that you can appoint 10% of the strength over and above. So the question is UGC or the government also giving money for these posts? If not, then this announcement means nothing. Uh, so outwardly, it sounds very good, laudable, uh, but substantially, it's nothing. Because if you're not giving money, you are telling universities to raise money for this, then it's meaningless.
Under the UGC guidelines, the Professor of Practice posts can be funded by the industry. Another option is that the remuneration for such posts will be paid by the colleges and universities from their own resources. Such professors can also teach on an honorary basis, and in that case, the institutions will again pay the honorarium from their own resources. In the absence of state funding, it remains to be seen how this scheme fares in the real world.
If you like this video, share it and subscribe to Business Standard. For more news, views and insights, log on to www.business-standard.com. Do also follow us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Telegram and LinkedIn.